Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and surprisingly good episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And I say surprisingly because it did not start off the best, but it sure ended on a strong note. Now, before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review, so don't watch or keep listening if you're not caught up on Star Trek Strange New Worlds by the newest episode, this one, as I'm going to be discussing plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. So that being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, I've never been a big fan of the episodes where a character is trapped in some kind of fantasy and it's either in a hologram or it's an hallucination or some dream or drug-induced state that they're in and they have to figure out how to escape it. So that immediately kind of threw me off, although I will say this. Anson Mount was hilarious in this as the cowardly squire to the king played by the Doctor. So Anson Mount was hilarious as the cowardly squire. It was very unlike him because Christopher Pike is bold, brave, confident, and that was not at all what the Squire was like. So, but anyway, I've never been a fan of these kind of Star Trek episodes where they turn the characters into something or someone else, and one or two characters is aware enough what's happening, and they have to figure out how to break it or get out of it. So that's why a majority of this episode wasn't that strong to me. It kept my interest, but I was like, But it got my attention towards the end when it was revealed that this entity, while friendly in nature, didn't realize it was inadvertently causing distress to the crew, had cured the Doctor's daughter of her illness. And I was afraid of, was like, oh, let me guess what the catch is. If the entity puts back everything the way it was and returns the daughter back to him, she'll go back to having to go in the buffer and she'll eventually die of this terrible disease that he just cannot find a cure to. And so he makes the hardest decision a parent or anyone can make, which is give his daughter up to the entity so that she could live a long, happy, fulfilling life. And it turns out it works because, as she says when she appears to him fully grown, what passed as moments for him were years for her, and she's alive and happy and healthy, and she is good friends with the entity whom she named after her late mother. And it was a really, really touching scene. And hats off to the guy who plays the chief medical officer because he was outstanding in this episode, especially with the really emotional, heavy scenes. I mean, wow, what an episode. So it started off weak, but frankly ended on a very strong note. And even though they concluded the little daughter's arc in a way that I would not have ended it, they gave her a happy ending, and they'd allowed the Doctor to focus on his duties and his responsibility to the Enterprise. Even though it's not the ending I would have written or done, but then again, who knows, I'm not a writer. I don't know how I would have done it any better or worse, but it was still satisfactory. I mean, most of this episode, it wasn't the best episode. This might have been one of their weaker episodes, but the ending was very good, very powerful stuff. So, well done to the ending of this episode, especially to the Doctor. He was great. The actor, Babs, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but his first name is Babs. He was outstanding in this, so well done to him. And I also apologize for the delay in this video review. Normally I would have uploaded this last night, but I got home late from watching The Black Phone in theaters, and then I did my review for The Boys. And by the time I was done with that, I was exhausted, so I finally had a chance to watch this episode earlier tonight, and I really liked it. I really liked the ending, as I hope you guys did too. Or maybe you enjoyed this episode more than I did. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I believe, only has 2 more episodes left this season, if you can believe that. So only 2 more to go, guys. It's hard to believe. Man, time flies by. Have a great rest of your day, and of course, until next time, a great rest of your night. And of course, until next time, live long and prosper.